Hello friends, in today's section we are going to discuss about decoders as combinational circuits. So in the previous session we started our discussion from what are the digital circuits, then we slowly went upon what are the various types of combinational circuits, then we discussed about combinational as well as the sequential circuits, and at the later part in the previous video I shared with you how the adders can become the combinational circuits and what is a full adder, what is a half adder. We understood the logic circuit diagrams of both half and full adder in the previous session. So in today's discussion, our focus will be mainly upon the decoders. So let's start understanding the things before that, let's revise about what is a combinational circuit. So in the combinational circuits, as we are very well aware now, that these are nothing but the interconnection of logic gates. So this is the block diagram of the combinational circuit. How the block diagram works, you know it very well. If you have any doubt in understanding the block diagram of combinational circuits, you can watch the previous videos for it. Now, this is the example of combinational circuits. So, as I said earlier, also that the combinational circuits are not restricted to these particular circuits or examples only. Any particular circuit diagram which is consisting of a group of logic gates is actually called as the combinational circuit diagram. Okay, so wherever you will be using the group of logic gate, any diagram, you can represent that as a combinational circuit. So in the previous session we discussed about adders. Today our focus will be on the decoders. So we will learn in brief about how the decoders work, what are the various examples of decoders, and what are its applications, and we will understand each and every aspect of decoder in a detailed manner. So let's do that. So here is the introduction to decoders. So if I have to ask you about write the definition of decoder, then how you can write it in a technical manner is you will start with it is a combinational circuit. So it is very important to mention that you have a knowledge about under which category of the digital circuits the decoders are falling, right? So decoder is a combinational circuit, and what is its job? Its job is to convert the binary information from encoded inputs to a maximum of 2 raised to power n unique outputs. So let's understand this definition a little more detailed manner. I am saying the inputs being taken by the decoder are actually n, right? So n could be any number, being it 2, being it 3, being it 1, or any kind of number can be it. Now, the idea is whenever we are providing the n bit inputs, which are like in this way, it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4, and so on up to n. So, how I am able to generate the output? The output will always come like 2 raised to power n. 2 raised to power n means if the value of n here is equals to 1, then 2 raised to power 1 means if I will provide one input value, then the number of outputs I am going to get is 2. So if the value of n is equals to 2, then the number of output that I am going to get is actually is equals to 2 raised to power 2, which is equals to 4. So this is how the decoder circuits work. So if I say, here in the following points I have described it, a decoder with n inputs and m output is also referred to as n cross m decoder. Like if I am saying a decoder is consisting of one input and I am able to get two output values, then I could say the size of decoder is 1 cross 2. Similarly, if the value of n is equals to 2, then I would say for the value or input value 2, I know that the output values will be 4, right? So for that only, the number of outputs going to come is equals to 4. So 2 cross 4 will be the size of my decoder in case I am having 2 inputs and 4 outputs. So, in the same manner, let's discuss in detail about the truth table and logic circuit diagram of 2 cross 4 decoder. So, this is what I have drawn for you guys. Uh, Before understanding the logic circuit diagram of a decoder, it is very important to understand the truth table, like how does the decoder will actually function. So before discussing the truth table, I would like to go in the previous slide again, because there is one more concept that you have to understand in case of decoder, which is whenever I am saying that the decoder is able to provide me the output value, which is in the form of 2 cross 4 or anything, depending upon the number of input values we are taking. So if you again look at the definition properly, it is a combinational circuits that converts the binary information from encoded inputs to a maximum of. So this is something which is important to understand. 2 raised to power n unique outputs, right? So idea is, if I am able to provide the 2-bit input value, like 2-bit input values are there, then I know that a maximum combinations from the 2-bit input can be generated are 4. So again, go through this diagram now. So what I am actually having here, this a naught and a1, these two are my input values, and this d naught, d1, d2 and d3 are my output values. So not in every case I am getting that all the 4 input output values are delivering some output. So if you can closely watch the thing, for input value being 0 0, there is only one decoder which is having the value 1, rest all are having the value 0. Means from the decoder, in the output part, whenever I want any result, what will happen is, at any point of time among those possible outputs available, only one will be available for providing you the output. The one of the simplest example to understand this is, like we all know the remotes of a, let's suppose, a video game. Now the remote have 4 directions. We can move in 4 direction, right? Like I can, at a point of time, I can enable the north direction, or I can enable the south direction, or I can enable the west direction or the east direction. Now, my point here is that, let's suppose this remote is of a car. एक remote car है, and the remote is belongs to that particular car. Now I know that the car can move either forward or backward or left or right. So this is what this is how a car will operate. Now my point here is that as soon as the car is on, right? So what will happen? All these 4 directions of the remote will actually become available, but at a single point of time, either the car will go towards north, or towards south, or towards west, or towards east. Means available outputs are 4 here, okay, for the possible inputs, but at a time only one will be activated. So this is the point which is very important to understand in case of a decoder. So same thing happen, like depending upon whichever the input we are giving to the decoder, accordingly I will be able to have any one value within the decoder activated. So this is the point to understand. It is very important point. This is the reason why the term, the maximum of 2 raised to power n unique output is been provided within the definition. So one important aspect other than this is this enable input. Decoders work with the enable kind of input value. And trust me, enable plays a very important role within the decoder. We will just understand its importance in the later part of the section. Here we will just understood that what enable is for, right? So even if you can see here in the logic circuit diagram, I am using this E value here. So enable is nothing but, as the name specified, enable means working, something which is in working format. So the idea is, if the value of enable is equals to 1, it means that my circuit will actually operate. My circuit will be providing me the output depending upon its characteristics, right? Like how the decoder works, what is the characteristic of a decoder or the functionality of a decoder. But if this enable is 0, then whatever you are doing, this is a don't care condition here. These crosses, you are very well aware about these crosses. Crosses are nothing but, these are depicting the don't care conditions. So don't care means that whether it is having 0 present here or 1 present here, right? So same is the case for this out input value A1. So whatsoever is the input present here, if enable is not active, the decoder is actually not going to function. It will always provide me 0 as a resultant. So this point is something which is a very important to understand. Again, I will repeat the entire concept to you guys just to sum up the things. What will happen, let's suppose again we are taking the example of that particular remote car. Now I want to run the remote car, right? So in order to run the remote car, what I need to do, I need to turn it on, right? So there would be a switch between the on this particular remote car. तो मैं उसको on करूंगी. So once soon as this is turning on, it is nothing but this enable is there. So I am turning on the enable button within the decoder, let's suppose. So if the car is not enabled, the car switch is not turned on, so whatsoever value remote pay, whatsoever you are doing, whatsoever you are pressing, whether you want to move the car forward or backward or towards left or towards right, nothing is going to happen. So this is the same fundament, just trying to relate the concept. Okay, so what if you have turned it on? It means now the enable value, it means now the car will function actually. So now depending upon wherever you wanted to move, accordingly your device will function and will operate in that particular direction. So if you have understood the truth table thoroughly, now is the next point with like how to design the logic circuit diagrams in case of decoders. So this point is again very important to understand how to design a circuit diagram, because majority of the students usually cram these diagrams. So let me tell you again, cramming is not going to help you out, because you are not going to get such simple kind of decoder within the exams. You might get a decoder of higher you could say size, like 4 cross 16, 3 cross 8 and so on. So in that particular case it would be really hard for you to cram the thing. So that's why I have tried to explain the concept with the very simplest example of decoder, which is 2 cross 4. So let's understand how we can work with the logic circuit diagram. So how the logic circuit diagram will work is, first thing is I need to understand how I am able to get the output. See, I am saying at only single instant of time, only one logic gate should function, or only one logic should be working, rest all should not be working. So if you understand or if you remember the AND gate, then how does the AND function? For 0 0 it is going to give you 0 output. For 0 1 the output is again going to be equals to 0 in case of AND, right? For 1 0 again the output is equals to 0. Only in case of 1 1 the output is going to be equals to 1. So keeping in mind this particular logic, as it is also been followed in these, okay, so what I will do is I will design the circuit based on these AND gates. The first thing is, how many AND gates are required? How many AND gates? So it will purely depend upon the size of the output. If you are able to get the four output values, right, as in this is the case in the example, so I will be working with those four output values, 1 2 3 and 4, right? So I would be using four logic gates, four and gates, you could say. So I am directly joining the output value here. So output would be like this: first logic gate is going to provide me d naught as an output, then d1, then d2, and then similarly d3 as an output, right? So the next is how these input values are working and how any decoder will actually provide me the output. So before doing that, I will not forget to apply this enable to each and every circuit. So directly each enable will be provided to each and every of the logic circuit which is part of this decoder. So if you are done with this, then what will happen? Now you have to look upon the design part of inputs. So I am here having two input values, a naught and a1. The same thing is provided here, a naught and a1. Now what will happen in case of designing the logic circuit diagram? You will keep in your mind that always these values of a naught as well as a1 are actually settled to be equals to 1. So by default the value of a naught and a1 I am considering is equals to 1. So if this value is equals to 1, now what will happen? What I need a naught and a1 to be equals to 0 0 if I want some result from the d naught kind of logic gate, right? So I want that this value of d net should be equals to 1. So what I will do, I know that it will happen only if I am providing this value 0 0. So by default these value of a naught and a1 are equal to 1. So what I will do is now I will apply a NOT gate in between this, because for 1, if I have to change it to 0, I need to complement that. So now this 1 is becoming 0. So that's why I am applying a NOT gate, and that NOT gate input is going further. Same is the case of A1. So it is 1, but for this particular D naught to be equals to 1, what I need to have? I need to have a naught and a1 to be equals to 0 0. So a1 is been 0 here. So this was the first point. Now is about the second key term. Now the second is when a naught and a1 are equals to 0 and 1. Now the value of a naught is 0 and a1 is equals to 1. Again, a naught by default is equals to 1. So what I am expecting here? 0. So okay, let's do that. This 0 was provided here after the NOT gate. So let's join that to this second D1 output, right? So similarly, for this value, the second A1 value to be equals to 1, I need not to make any changes. I can directly take it and give it to this particular logic gate directly, this A1's output. Then is the next thing, for the third decoder, I need the values to be equals to 1 and 0. So in order to provide 1 and 0 within the circuit, what I will do? A naught is equals to 1. A naught is equals to 1. So this A naught directly is equals to 1. So directly it is going to be equals to 1. But for the A1, I need 0. So this 0 is coming from the NOT gate. Same is the last case when I need both values of decoder to be equals to 1 1. So definitely directly I will be taking the value of a naught and applying it to the AND gate. Similarly for this a1, and I will apply it to the AND gate. So the sole idea or the basic idea behind this entire circuit is that whenever this diagram is designed, keeping in mind these points, like the points were like, I will always consider these value of a naught and a1 to be equals to 1. This is a standard value which has been taken every time to be equals to 1 and 1 whenever you have to design any of the logic circuit diagram, right? So now the agenda is when I will get d naught to be equals to 1, only in the case when a naught and a1 are 0 0. Second point is when d1 will be equals to 1, only in the case when a naught and a1 are equals to 0 1. Same is for the other cases also. Now let's cross verify it, whether the circuit is actually depicting the result or not. Now how we will cross verify it? Like being a manufacturer, you have now designed the logic circuit diagram. Now this logic circuit diagram you have handed over to the people who wanted to purchase it, right? Now, whenever the people will take this diagram, take this circuit, take this decoder of size 2 cross 1, what will happen? They will apply it within their electronic gadget. Now, this entire circuit has to operate. Let's suppose the input coming is to the circuit, to this particular decoder circuit is actually this. Now, A1 is equals to 0 and A naught is equals to 1, right? So what will happen in this case when a naught is equals to a naught is equals to 1 and a1 is equals to 0? I know that based upon this truth table, the decoder number 2, which is actually depicting D2, that should function, that should be providing me the output, and rest values of the decoders should be equals to 0 0. So this is the time to cross verify whether we have designed a similar kind of structure or not, right? So what we are going to do is these values came within the input. So what we need to do is this is 1 coming, so let's check how these circuits have been made. So this 1 is directly leading here. Same is for this A1. This A1, how it is getting the A1? A1 is coming from here. So this is 0. This 0 is going to get complement and now becoming 1. So ultimately I'm getting 1.1. So if you remember, in case of AND gate, whenever we are getting 1.1, the answer is always equals to 1. So let's cross verify that whether all the other decoders are 0 or not in the case when I am getting this 0 and 1 as an output. So if we cross verify this D1 kind of logic gate, so here what is happening is this value is 1, 1 is getting complemented here, 1 is becoming 0. So 0 multiplied with any part of the logic, any other input value. Ultimately, I'm going to get 0 because this is an AND gate. AND gate has its property whenever you will get 0, in any point what you are going to get is you are going to get 0 as a resultant. So definitely this is going to lead me for 0. So again I can cross verify it too. So this is again 0, 0.0 is 0. So if I have to cross verify this first d naught, so this d naught is coming like from here, this is 1, it is getting complemented here becoming 0. Same is the case, this is 0, it is getting complemented and becoming 1. 0.1 is again 0. Same will be the this particular case because it is alternative value. So definitely I am going to get 0 in one part of the input, so it will lead me for the proper functionality. So this is how the logic circuit diagram of 2 cross 4 decoders actually work. So again, I am just summing up with few examples. Whenever you have to design a circuit, you have to keep yourself, you have to consider yourself as a manufacturer. Okay. So what does the manufacturer do? Manufacturer will design a logic. So in order to design that logic, we need a table from where we will refer the values and only then we can actually go on the hardware part, right? So in the decoder, the very first thing is there should be an enable. So if the enable is there, then we should know the significance of enable. Enable is nothing but to turn on this particular circuit. A very simple example as I have given you is was of the car, that remote car. If the remote car switch is turned on, only then the remote car will work, otherwise it will not work, right? So if it is not enabled, then whatever the value you are providing at the inputs, you are not going to get the required answer. The second point was the number of inputs. If the number of inputs are 2, so maximum of 4 combinations from 2 inputs can be generated. So for those 4 combinations, at any point of time, only one logic gate will provide me the output. So how many logic gates are required here? Total number of logic gates are 4 because the number of outputs that I am expecting from the given set of inputs are also the 4. So then I told you how we can design the logic circuit diagram. Again, A0 and A1 is there. The standard value of these when we are designing the circuit, being manufacturers, right? We consider it as a standard one. So accordingly, we will follow the rule of the truth table. What I am looking for if I need some result from D0. D0 will be equals to 1 if both A0 and A1 values are actually equals to 0, 0. So I have written it with the pencil because this is a rough work whenever we are designing the circuit. Because ultimately, the circuit will be operational in real time whenever it is handed over to the people or the user, right? So what will happen? The user will directly get the input values here. User will not follow any particular rule and regulation. So in that case, when the user will function it, the enable should be turned on. That is the first thing, if you want some output from the decoder. Second is, any input value can be provided with any of these combinations. So depending upon these combinations, as I know when which particular decoder will work, accordingly it will provide me the solution to my problem. Now the next thing where majority of you will again go in trouble is that you will start cramming this particular output values, because it is coming like for 0, 0 I said this d0 will be equals to 1, for 0, 1 I said this d1 is equals to 1. Guys, there is nothing like cramming here. The idea is very simple. So I can also make some different values, like I can also set it like d for 0, 0. Let's suppose d2 is depicting the result and rest all values are 0, 0, 0. And for this 0, 1, let's suppose d1 is depicting the result and rest all values are 0, 0, 0. For this case of 1, 0, let's suppose this first value is depicting the result and rest all are 0, 0, 0. Same is for the last is depicting the result and rest all values are 0. The only problem in this case will be there would not be a synchronization. Sync nahi hoega, we would not be able to understand how to design the logic circuit diagram in a proper manner. Otherwise, if you are providing this kind of truth table, then it is also a true kind of truth table. It's not any hard and fast rule that every time you will get 0, 0, all the time you will get d naught to be equals to 1. There is nothing like any hard and fast rule here. So this is the important point to consider while understanding the decoder's functionality. So the next is, if you have thoroughly understood how these decoders function, then this is what you have to do. You have to design the truth table and a logic circuit diagram of a 3 cross 8 decoder. So 3 cross 8 decoder will be little more complex. Try it at your end, then the solution will be something like this. So in the case of the truth table of 3 cross decoder, so this is how the enable will work. As I will be having 3 input values, so a maximum of 8 combinations can be designed from here. Like 3 cross 8, how I am getting this 3 cross 8? First of all, I am saying the number of inputs are equals to 3. So what is the possible case of maximum number of outputs that I am get from here, I can get from here is, it could be like 2 raised to power 3, right? So 2 raised to power 3 is nothing but 8. That's why this combination has been there. That's why this is starting from D0 to D7. So how they are taking is for 0, 0, 0, they are saying this D0 is working. So diagonally the values are provided. Otherwise there is nothing any hard and fast rule that you can always provide the values in this manner. No, nothing like that. After designing this truth table, then you will be designing the logic circuit diagram. Now, how it will be designed? In the same manner. You should always write in with pencil or in rough, like what are you getting in, what are you expecting in this case? We are expecting 0, 0, 0, right? So if this will be 0, 0, 0, only then the D naught will actually provide you the output to be equals to 1. Same is for all the other cases. So guys, if you have any doubt in this particular topic, then you can ping me here and you can write the thing in the chat box also. Now the next point is this, which is again very important. This is the last point in case of decoder. Like previously, we were designing the decoder with the NAND gate only, AND gate only. Now from the NAND also we can design the decoder. Reason being, NAND is exactly, you could say, the complement of the AND gate. Whenever in the AND gate we were getting the inputs like 0, 0, 0, and 1, so what will happen in this case, it is going to deliver me the output like 1, 1, 1, and 0, right? And is exactly opposite to the uh, NAND gate. So we can also design a decoder using NAND gate. So the idea is that when we are using the NAND gates are considered more economical than these of the AND gates. Reason being, NAND and NOR, these two are considered as the universal gates. If you remember this particular thing, if you have idea of this, means I can design any particular gate, any particular logic gate using the NAND gate, using the AND gate, using the NOR gate. So that's why these are considered more economical, as the NAND gates provide complementary result. So in this, the circuit will operate with the complemented outputs. Now what will happen? We will do exact opposite to what were happening in case of AND gate. AND gate was functioning like whenever we were getting 1, 1, 1, right? Now in this case of NAND gate, it will function only when it will be providing the value 0, means opposite value, exactly opposite value to the AND gate. So when I will say the enable is on, idea change hua hai. There is nothing more than that. Only the idea has been changed. Now before what was happening, enable should be equals to 1. Now I am saying when the enable will be equals to 0, it I will consider that now this particular circuit is actually working. Same is the case, the output whose value is equals to 0 at any given time will represent the binary number in the input A0 and A1. So the truth table and the logic circuit diagram is explained here. You can have a quick review of it. Like I was saying, enable here in this case of NAND gate should be equals to 0, 0, 0. If it is equals to 0, only then the circuit will operate, otherwise circuit will not operate. If the value of E is equals to 1, so whatsoever is the value present at A0 and A1, it is not going to yield any result. So 1, 1 means nothing is been displayed here. Okay. So the next point is, if E is equals to 0, how I can represent then? I said by default these values are equals to 1, 1, 1. So in order to make it 0, I need to implement an NOT gate in between, and then I will apply it to all the NAND gates which are part of the decoder. So then I will start working on the things. 0, 0 I need to get. So again, as these values are 1, 1 by as a standard that we have set. So what we need is we need 0, 0 value here. So in order to get 0, 0 here, I need definitely to go to the AND part, NAND part of this, right? So I did the, sorry, NOR part of this. I did the NOT of this. NOT. It's not NOR. It's not NAND. It's the NOT. My bad here. So that similarly, as I was explaining you earlier, the logic behind designing the logic circuit diagram will remain the same. You have to consider yourself as a manufacturer. Then accordingly, using the NAND gate, you should know that only one value should be activated, rest all should be in the low state. So this is how the NAND gate functions. So accordingly, what I will do, for these possible values of inputs present here, I will be providing or getting the results within the logic gate. So the logic to design the circuit diagram will remain same as it was in case of AND gate. So only thing is that you need to understand that now in NAND gate, the value will be present, means the present if it is equals to 0. That's it. So guys, if you have any doubts, you can again ping me here. Thank you so much for joining the session. Thank you so much.